Ever pondered how the United States emerged from a cluster of colonies to become a global powerhouse? Our story begins in the 17th century with the establishment of 13 British colonies along the eastern seaboard of what is now the United States. These colonies, each unique in its own way, were the seeds from which the United States would grow. From Massachusetts in the north, renowned for its religious fervor and commitment to education, to Virginia in the south, famed for its tobacco plantations and the economic prosperity they brought, diversity was embedded in the nation's foundation. As these colonies grew and prospered, so too did a sense of distinct American identity. This was fueled not only by the geographical distance from the British Crown, but also by the intellectual currents of the time. The Enlightenment, a period of heightened intellectual and philosophical exploration in Europe, had a profound influence on the colonies. Ideas of individual liberty, democratic governance, and natural rights seeped into the American consciousness. The Founding Fathers, a group of visionary leaders and thinkers, were particularly taken with these Enlightenment ideals. Men like Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and John Adams began to question the authority of the British Crown over their lives. They started to envision a different kind of society, one where the people had a say in their own governance. This vision was articulated in the Declaration of Independence, a document drafted in 1776, with its bold assertion that all men are created equal, and its listing of grievances against the British king. The declaration was more than a breakup letter to Britain. It was a manifesto for a new nation, one built on the principles of liberty and self-governance. The drafting of the declaration was a momentous event, one that marked the birth of a new nation. Against all odds, these 13 colonies dared to defy one of the most powerful empires in the world, setting out on a path of their own. Thus, the United States of America was born out of a desire for liberty and self-governance. The newly formed United States was eager to grow and prosper, but this expansion was not without its challenges, was it? As the nation pushed westward, a belief, coined as manifest destiny, was birthed. This ideology held that it was the country's divine duty to expand across the North American continent, from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Yet, this westward push was not a peaceful journey. The land was inhabited by Native American tribes who understandably resisted the encroachment. The expansion also intensified the debate over slavery, as the question arose whether new states would be free or slave-holding. This tension culminated in the Civil War, a brutal conflict that raged from 1861 to 1865. Brother fought against brother, and the nation was torn apart. This war was a crucible, testing the very foundation of the United States. It was not just a fight over territory or political power, but a fight for the soul of the nation. The aftermath of the Civil War was transformative. Slavery was abolished, the nation was reunited, and the process of Reconstruction began. This era saw significant amendments to the Constitution, which expanded civil and legal protections to former slaves and redefined the nation's understanding of freedom and equality. But the legacy of these conflicts and the scars of the war were long-lasting. The struggle for equality continued well into the 20th century and echoes in the issues we grapple with today. The expansion and the conflict it generated left an indelible mark on the nation's psyche, shaping its politics, its culture, and its identity. The United States was born out of a revolutionary spirit and an aspiration for freedom. It faced trials and tribulations in its quest to expand and grow. The nation had its fair share of conflicts and crises, but out of these challenges, it emerged stronger, more unified, and with a clearer sense of its purpose and destiny. In the face of adversity, the United States continued to evolve, shaping its unique identity. As the 19th century gave way to the 20th, how did the United States transform from a young nation into a world player? As the final echoes of the Civil War faded, the United States was on the brink of incredible change. The cauldron of the Industrial Revolution was simmering, ready to reshape the nation's landscape with the power of steam, steel, and ingenuity. Cities burgeoned as factories sprouted up, drawing people with the promise of steady work and a new way of life. The nation was shifting from an agrarian society to a world of industry and commerce. In this time of transformative growth, the rise of big business was inevitable. Titans of industry like Rockefeller, Carnegie, and Ford emerged, building empires that would shape the course of American history. They ushered in a new era of wealth, innovation, and at times, ruthless competition. The Gilded Age, as Mark Twain so aptly named it, was a time of great prosperity but also of stark inequality. But the United States was not just growing internally. As the dawn of the 20th century approached, the nation was stretching its wings, reaching out to play a more significant role on the world stage. The Spanish-American War marked the United States' first foray into overseas imperialism, setting the stage for its growing influence. The true test of this fledgling power, however, came with the world at war. When World War I erupted, the United States initially chose a path of neutrality, but by 1917, the nation had cast aside its isolationist tendencies and joined the Allies. The contribution of American troops was vital in securing victory, marking a pivotal moment in the United States' international standing. The nation's involvement in World War II further cemented its position as a global power. The United States' decisive role in the war and its aftermath, from the Normandy landings to the establishment of the United Nations, underscored its pivotal role in shaping the 20th century. The world had begun to recognize the United States as a formidable power. Post-World War II, the United States had a new role on the global stage. But what happened within its borders? In the aftermath of the war, the nation found itself in a period of significant change and development. The Civil Rights Movement, a pivotal chapter in American history, began to shift the social and political landscape. Fueled by the desire for equality, individuals like Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks stood against racial discrimination, sparking a wave of civil unrest and protests. This struggle for equality would reshape the nation's identity, leaving a profound impact on future generations. As the civil rights movement was unfolding, the United States was also engaged in a different type of conflict: the Cold War. A battle of ideologies rather than armies, it pitted the democratic ideals of the US against the communist beliefs of the Soviet Union. This silent war spurred on advancements in technology and science, including the remarkable achievement of the moon landing in 1969. The end of the 20th century and the beginning of the 21st brought about an era of rapid technological progression. The advent of the internet and the digital age transformed the way Americans lived, worked, and communicated. Silicon Valley became synonymous with innovation as companies like Apple and Google changed the face of technology. But this period was not without its challenges. The turn of the millennium was marked by the devastating 9/11 attacks, which led to profound changes in the country's foreign and domestic policies. Simultaneously, the social and political landscape continued to evolve. The election of Barack Obama, the first African-American president, was a testament to the strides made since the civil rights movement. However, issues of racial inequality, political polarization, and social justice remain at the forefront of the national conversation. In the face of both progress and setback, the United States continues to redefine its identity. The history of the United States is a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and the pursuit of liberty. But what are the key takeaways from this journey? Let's reflect on the tapestry of events and milestones that shaped this nation. From the birth of a nation, the United States was born out of a revolutionary idea, The concept of freedom and self-governance, a beacon of hope in a world of monarchies and authoritarian rule. It was a bold experiment, fraught with challenges, but fueled by a vision of liberty and equality. The phases of expansion and conflict that followed tested the nation's unity and resolve. The westward expansion, the Civil War, the struggle for civil rights, these were not just conflicts, but transformative periods that defined the nation's character. The United States emerged from these trials with a stronger sense of identity, a testament to its resilience. The turn of the century marked significant strides in innovation and social change. The nation witnessed the rise of industrialization, technological advancements, and societal shifts. It was a period of growth and transformation as the United States solidified its place as a global leader. Modern America, a product of its rich history, stands as a diverse and dynamic nation. It's a melting pot of cultures, ideas, and innovations, continuing to evolve and adapt. The challenges remain, but so does the spirit of resilience, the pursuit of progress, and the commitment to the ideals of liberty and equality. So, what can we glean from this journey? The history of the United States is a story of perseverance and innovation, of challenges met and overcome. It's a narrative of a nation continually striving to live up to its founding ideals, adapting and growing, always pushing forward. History is a continuous dialogue with the past, shaping our understanding of the present and guiding our vision for the future. The history of the United States is no exception.